So the question is, what exactly is Jurassic World Rebirth? So looking over all like the different social medias and looking in comments and things like that for Jurassic World Rebirth, I've started to notice there's a lot of people don't really understand it. And I'm not surprised really, because the trailer gives us only so much, and then there's some reading material, and I know not everyone likes to read. Now the thing with Jurassic World Rebirth is that this is a brand new island that we don't know about and have never heard of before. It's somewhere near Barbados, like we hear in the trailer, and this is their very first attempt at making dinosaurs, what InGen are doing on this island. Now, as you could imagine, first attempts don't always turn out too well, and essentially this is an island full of mistakes, is probably the best way to put it. And they've kind of been forgotten about, but also been very well secured because of how dangerous these creatures are. Now, it does sort of makes more questions than actually answers them. For example, that Mosasaurus, is that something that InGen made, or is that something another company made, like the Manticore Underwater Laboratory? Could that be their creature? Because obviously the ability to make underwater marine reptiles, or as they like to call them, marine dinosaurs, wasn't really first learned by Dr. Wu to about 2000, and obviously this will have to predate 1993, which is going to make these creatures on this island particularly old, unless they are new generations and they've been able to breed on this island. To answer one of those simple questions, why is the Quetzal so different in Rebirth compared to Dominion? Well, in Rebirth, this one is actually made by InGen, and the one we see in Dominion is made by Biosyn. Now, something I see a fair bit is the Spinosaurus come up in debate. Now, I think it does look really cool. It has like a more realistic sort of look than we saw in Jurassic Park 3. I'm not saying that is unrealistic, it was realistic for its time, but for our current understanding, we know that this creature was very different. Now, we've got to remember, this island is basically almost a dumping ground for the first attempts and the mistakes that they made. Now, if we're going to put a bit of that storyline to it, obviously this predates our new understanding of the Spinosaurus. So if you could imagine you made Spinosaurus and you made it actually realistic, you'd look at it back then and go, oh, we've messed up here. This looks nothing like what we think Spinosaurus looks like, even though in reality, this is probably one of the most realistic looks that we actually have in the Jurassic franchise. I know there's some differences. And then going on to something else I've seen is there's a lot of screenshots of it paused when it's attacking the boat, and it's got that shorter neck. It looks really chunky and chubby. Now, I've seen something already. One of my favourite comments about it kind of puts a little bit of an explanation to it. The other two that we see swimming around seem skinny and more streamlined. And this one's probably just a little bit fatter and likes eating a lot more food than the other two. Probably the hierarchy system they might have. Like this one might be the alpha out of the whole group of them, so it gets more food, and that's why it looks a bit more chunky compared to the other two. So it could be a slight explanation for that, but we won't find out till we actually watch the film. Definitely is my favourite explanation for it as it is right now. So the last thing I'm going to cover in this video today is the new mutant, and I use the word mutant and not hybrid because this is not a hybrid creature. Now, something I am seeing a lot in comments is people thinking that this is a hybrid and how much they hate hybrids, but really this is just a mutant creature. Now, something to explain this creature is our first attempts of cloning are probably not going to go well. Just look at real life cloning attempts. I'm not going to put any photos of them because they look really horrific and things have gone wrong. They don't usually survive, but in the Jurassic World, this one obviously has survived. Now everyone's calling this the D-Rex and things like that. I'm going to call it Squishy because it looks cute. The first thing I think when I see this creature is a beluga cross primeval predator, cross Cloverfield, cross Rancor, and to be honest, I find a lot of those creatures cute. Mainly the beluga. It has a little squishy head, and this creature looks like it has that little squishy head, but nevertheless, this mutant creature, not a hybrid, is a result of a first attempt, I'm going to guess, or maybe a few attempts, but it's definitely a failed experiment and something I am really looking forward to seeing. I know it's a mixed bag of bolts for people, but honestly, this is a nice monster, and I'm kind of intrigued. A few people have come to me and said with this creature, I wonder if like all the other animals are still alive on the island, because unlike the hybrids where they were just constantly killing for fun, this creature just has a deep hatred for humans and only goes after humans mainly, and then obviously when it needs to eat goes after its food source rather than just killing for sport, which gives it a more of an animal quality, which is something I'm going to really enjoy. Anyways, if you think I have missed anything, let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, what you don't know about Rebirth, put them down there and maybe we'll make another one of these videos. Until next time, I'll see you later and thank you for watching.